Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today is another episode of Craft and Cocktail, a show in which I find a craft that I want to make and make a cocktail to go along with it. Both today's episode and the craft I am making are a birthday present for my roommate Kate. We lived together in college and also when I moved back to Minnesota. And I saw this craft on Pinterest and immediately thought of her because it combines three of her favorite things: TikTok, mermaids, and candles. And I just had to make it for her. But before we get into the craft, let's make a cocktail. The cocktail we are making today, which is one of Kate's favorites, is a Tom Collins. It is composed of simple syrup, gin, club soda, lemon juice, and a slice of lemon for garnish. The classic Tom Collins also has a maraschino cherry for garnish, but I hate maraschino cherries, so I'm not doing that. But we're being a little extra tonight, so having a garnish. And the recipe for this Tom Collins comes from the Ultimate Bar Book by Mitty Helmich, which is a book that Kate acquired and I fell in love with. So I took the inspiration of owning that from her. And the exact measurements will be 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce fresh lemon juice, except for I'm doing pre-squeezed lemon juice because I don't have time to squeeze a lemon. Half an ounce of simple syrup, and 3 ounces of chilled club soda. We mix these 3 into the glass, stir it, pour the club soda on top, add the lemon wedge, and it's done. I should also mention, this is going in a Collins glass, which is very tall and very slim, is the style of glass, and mine has Jack Daniel's branding because it came free with a bottle of Jack Daniel's last Christmas. But I filled it with ice and we'll get to mixing. So, and I'm using New Amsterdam gin because it is what is in the house because my partner enjoys drinking gin and this is what we have. So I will be adding my 2 ounces of gin. One ounce of lemon juice, use the lip side, half an ounce of simple syrup, and then we're going to stir it up. And top it with 3 ounces of club soda. Love when it explodes all over the counter. It's my favorite. Alright, let's give it a little bit of a stir, just to be safe. And add a slice of lemon. And we're gonna dry off the glass because it got covered in schmutz. So we have our drink, we're gonna try it now, see how it tastes. Move the slice of lemon. It's refreshing, and it tastes mostly like lemon and not a lot like gin, which is what I enjoy about gin-based drinks. Because I don't like gin, but I'm doing this because I love my friend. Now let's go start our craft. Now that we have our lovely Tom Collins made, today's craft is making a shell candle. So I saw this in a TikTok by and I will put this on the screen because I'm probably not going to say this name right. Sealy, Abby, Hermina, who knows? But I saw this TikTok on Pinterest where this person took some tea light candles, melted them down, took the tea light out of the little metal container, put one into the shell, melted some other tea candles to use the wax, and fished the wicks out, and then melt that down, and then poured it into the candle, and then you have a lovely candle in a seashell. And I love that idea, but I'm going to alter it just a little bit, because I have an old candle here it's Sea Salt and Lavender by Hearth and Hand with Magnolia, which is Target's brand, by the Chip and Joanna Gaines from whatever show they do on HGTV. But I have this candle, and it has some leftover wax, so I'm going to see if I can melt this wax down, still use a tea light for the wick in the spirit of the video, but melt this wax down so it'll be a scented candle, because that's fun. I also have this candle, which was a gift from my church, which was very sweet. They sent 4 candles in preparation for Advent, because it was COVID times, and in order for everyone to have an Advent wreath, which was very sweet. However, upon opening the package, I damaged 2 of the candles. But I want to see if maybe I can use this wick, just because it will be a little longer, which will mean that I can fill the shell up more with wax, which I think will be better than a tea wick candle. And I have a pencil here in case I need to get the to rest it on top while it dries, so that the wick has something to stabilize itself, so it doesn't dry wonky, because that's the worst. And the way that I'm going to be heating this up is on the stove, so let's go back to my kitchen. Upon further inspection of this candle that I received from my church, I took the sticker off the bottom because I obviously don't want to melt that. But I can just take the wick straight out, so I will be utilizing this candle's wick because that was painless and easy. I still think I might... I'm gonna melt... Maybe I'll melt both this candle and this candle down together to make sure that I have enough wax to complete this. So I'm on my phone now because my camera battery decided to die. I have cut the larger of the small tea light-ish candles and put it into the Target candle jar just to help it melt a little bit more, which I have placed in a small pot. And I will now turn on to medium-low heat and just see how melting this goes. So update, I have added some water to the pot to create a pseudo double boiler situation, so that as the water heats up around the candle, hopefully that, in addition to the heat coming from below, will help melt the candle faster. This is not what was done in the video, but I'm just trying to make this work. All right. The double boiler situation was indeed the way to go. You can't see it because if I put my camera over this, it's gonna fog up, but most of the wax is already melted. You can see there's a couple nuggets left of that big candle that I put in that are just taking their sweet time to melt, but it's mostly done, and then we'll pour it into the shell. All of the candle wax has now melted, and so I am going to pour it into the shell. I will say, before I do that, before I started melting the wax, I stuck the wick down with a little bit of tacky glue just to help it stay grounded while I pour the wax in. And it's not fully dry, but I also don't particularly care. And I'm not in the TikTok that I was inspired by. The person has it tilted up a little bit to dry, but I don't want Kate to feel like she has to have it propped up when it's burning. So I'm going to pour in the wax in its natural resting state and just hope that it works. And also, if this isn't enough wax, then I'll melt down some more tea lights and make it work. And hopefully, I think the wick should stay straight up while it's pouring in, but here goes. Should probably wear an oven mitt, but I think I might just go for it. Oh no, it's fine. It's just a little, it's warm. Be careful with hot things, friends. That's all I can say. Okay, I have poured the wax in, and it was enough. Well, no, I am gonna melt down just a little bit more to see if I can get this a little fuller while this hardens. What do I want to do? Do I pour this back in? I think I'm gonna pour this back into the jar and see if I can melt down like 2 tea lights more. Maybe 1. Maybe? This is Indecisive Elsa coming in hot. Okay, final decision. I have decided to not add any more wax. I think this is the perfect amount. Here, I'll bring you in close. All right, so I think this is actually the perfect amount of wax. Right now, it's up to about this level where my finger is where the edge of the wax is. And it could be more, but right now, as it is, it's pretty far up on this lip of the shell. So I think I'm gonna leave the amount of wax where it is and just let this harden, and then we'll see how it looks. It's been an indeterminate length of time. I think about a half an hour, maybe more, since I've poured the wax into the shell, but we have a candle and it's very cute and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I think that Kate is really going to love it. So yeah, this is by far the easiest crafting cocktail that I have ever made, which I am very grateful for. So there's that. Please like this video to let me know you enjoyed your time here. Subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video. And leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think. And one last happy birthday to Kate. I love you. I hope you enjoy your candle and this video. And I'll see y'all on the flip-flop.